Hey everyone, this is Badass Revere, and today I'll be taking a look at the PlayArts Kai Devil May Cry 3 Virgil figure from Square Enix. Picked this up on Amazon, which is actually my second one that I had to buy because I originally bought mine off of eBay from Toys R Us, and I got the figure and his arm was broken and his face got kind of warped in the package or something like that, so it looked like he had a swollen face from being punched or something. I don't know, it was really ridiculous. So I had to pick up another one so I could return the broken one, and this one was better. The hand broke, so I had to, I just took the broken arm, since it was like the exact same broken arm, and took the peg out of this arm and put it into this one. So had to do some surgery on an action figure, but it worked out in the end. So now he is in pretty good shape for the most part, which probably is something that always seems to happen with the PlayArts Kai figures I buy. There's always something, at least one thing wrong with them, and it just bugs crap out of me. But I still love them because they're really cool figures. But we have Virgil here. I reviewed Dante a while back, so if you want to see that review, check him out. But I really like this figure too. I didn't think I was going to like him as much as I would like Dante, but I actually like him quite just about the same amount. I mean, they're both cool in their own way, and I really like Devil May Cry, so obviously I wanted to get this figure. This is from Devil May Cry 3, as I said before, so this is the only time you actually see Virgil in that series where he's like this, other than the new version, but he doesn't look anything like he does in the new version. So this one, pretty cool looking. He's got his blue jacket on, very nice dark blue. This is probably like my favorite color of blue because it's just like the coolest. I think it's probably a royal blue. I'm guessing it would be, considering he kind of seems like he'd be royal. But anyways, very nice detail. He's got this gold line going down his jacket, as well as it goes down to here to this part here, down to the end of his coat. He's got the gold buckles here with the golden buttons, which is very nice. Cool, good amount of detail on this guy. He's got the little white, I don't know, it kind of looks like tribal markings or something that wrap around his coat and all the way down to this side. Looks pretty good. It doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of paint issues in terms of that, so that's good. He's got more painted buttons here, and they even painted the little slits of where his buttons would go, so that's very nice. The amount of detail they put into these figures is very good, and even now, they're getting even better now with their newer figures. They're putting so much detail into them that it's just astounding. So hopefully they'll keep up the good work. If we look inside of his coat, he's got his little purple, I don't know technically what this is called, but it's like it's purple here. It's what you wear under your shirt, I guess, or maybe it's a part of this black part. But this is painted black with some blue highlights going on inside of it, I guess blue shading. It almost looks like they painted it blue, or it was molded blue but then painted over black. But either way, it gives it a really nice look, so that's awesome. We come down to his pants. His pants are nicely sculpted. It's kind of got like this reptilian kind of feel to it. It's kind of scaly and whatnot, so that's really awesome. And there's some shading kind of in his pants as well. Not a whole lot. I noticed it a little bit, but it's not too insane or to that manner, but it looks pretty good. And then he's got his boots, which are very nice, and it kind of helps with, when you bend his knee, although it's not the best, but it looks better than what it could be, so that's all right with me. But his boots are a pretty nice brown. It's kind of darker up here, and they got some nice shading going on throughout it. They painted the buckles as well as the straps, so that's very nice. The boots are about the same. He's got they put some sculpting into the boots here, or the actual shoe part of the boots, but overall very nicely detailed. And even on the inside, they painted the inside orange with some a little bit darker orange, so that looks very cool. Very nice looking figure. And I didn't talk about the head sculpt, but the head sculpt does look very good. It's not as glossy as Dante's is, and I don't think they look anything identical, so they didn't use the same head sculpt, I don't think. Dante looks considerably different than Virgil here, but still very nice looking head sculpt. And I like the hair, how it's up and kind of spiky looking, but very nice. It's kind of like a pearlescent white, and then they put some shading into it. The back side's more gray, which is fine with me, but it still looks very nice, and just the way his eyes look and his face, it's a very nice looking figure. Definitely looks good when you have him posed next to Dante. In terms of accessories, he comes with, if I have them somewhere, he comes with, if I can find it, I have a bag. I'm sorry I have to do this because I should have had it ready. But he comes with two kind of gun hands, which he doesn't come with any guns, but he comes with two swords, so he uses this for his swords, which hold them just perfect, like they hold them pretty good and tight. And then he comes with two open palms like this, just for style, I guess. So if you only want him to hold the one sword, you can. He also comes with, obviously, he comes with his sword, the Yamamoto, or Yamoto. I can't remember how to pronounce it. I think it's Yamamoto, but I'm probably wrong in pronouncing it. And then he comes with the sword that he's trying to get in Devil May Cry 3. It's the sword that you use in Devil May Cry 1. And I forget what the name of it is. Now Virgil doesn't want to stand, so he's ruining the review. So I apologize. But yeah, he comes with this other sword, which is very nicely detailed. It's got the gray, it's got some nice brown shading going on throughout it. Very cool looking. It's got the little molded skull at the tip of it. The Yamamoto also looks very nice. They're kind of warped in the package, but some hot water will probably fix it, and even just holding it in his hand will kind of fix it, because I've noticed it kind of looks a little bit better. But it's also very nicely sculpted, and it comes with a little sheath, or whatever you would like to call it. I call them sheaths, but that's also very nice, and that fits in there perfectly. Although it doesn't seem like it, it feels like it should be a little bit tighter holding it, but you know, not much you can do. Now, in terms of articulation, his head is on a double ball peg, so full range of motion. Although his hair is kind of gets in the way of his collar, so moving around without it like kind of bumping up against stuff kind of gets in the way. So I mean, you can still get plenty of motion, you just kind of have to work around it. His arms are on ball pegs, and they can go pretty much full range of motion. I'll do this side because it seems like it's a little bit not as stiff, and I'm just so scared of these guys breaking. But full range of motion there. His arms can go in and out, rotate 360 degrees. He's got a butterfly joint, which I don't necessarily like on figures most of the time, just because there's really no need for it, and it kind of looks strange. But it definitely kind of helps out when you're trying to pose them a certain way. But I don't know, I just think at this extent it's just a little too much. So anyways, he's got a bicep swivel. He's got a double ball peg in the elbow, and he can also rotate like that. Can rotate at the elbow, but I don't recommend it because it puts his arm off from how it should be. He's got a double ball peg in the hand, so tons of wrist articulation. You can move it any way you want. He's got an upper chest swivel, which doesn't really do anything. It kind of goes forward, but not a whole lot, and they might as well just made it all one piece because there's nothing that it can really do. We come down to his waist. His waist gets all the movement here, so you can get him in whatever kind of movement you want, because they can go forward, back, left, and right, and all that jazz. He's got ratcheted legs so that can go forward, and in and out. They're ratcheted going both ways. He's got a swivel in the inner part of his thigh. He's got double jointed knees, which, like I said, don't look too good if you use both knees, but if you use like just one joint, at least the boot kind of like hides the fact that it looks like that, just because it comes up to his boot. And then he's got a double ball peg in the ankle, so his foot can go up and down, and then you can get it to go whichever way you want to help with the ankle pivot. And then he's kind of got this weird like toe articulation that goes side to side, which actually is pretty helpful, but it kind of looks strange sometimes. So it's kind of useful, but it also looks kind of weird when you're posing. So if you can hide it a little bit, then that will probably be good. But overall, I'm really glad to have this guy finally not broken and in my collection. So I wish they'd make more Devil May Cry figures, but honestly there's not a whole lot that they could make. I mean, they could make a lady and maybe a new Devil, or the new Dante figure, but these are pretty nice. I'm glad to have them. I really like the game a lot, so obviously I had to own these guys. And he runs a little bit more than Dante does, but you know, you can get him at a good price. And I also forgot to mention that the back of his coat has 3 different ball pegs, so you can like make it look like he's windswept and stuff like that, if I can kind of show you that. So that's also on ball pegs, so that's articulation that you can use there. But anyways, so that's my review. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, I'd recommend you get this guy. If you like Devil May Cry and if you like Virgil, then go ahead, because he's well worth the money. But just be careful not to break them, because they're very fragile. But anyways, that's my review. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later.